Hello, friends. Um, Hello, fellow workers. It's me. It's your boy. I'm playing the System Shock beta demo. System Shock remake beta demo. Let me adjust my microphone a little bit. Yeah, I haven't recorded very much since I moved out of where I was living before, and I have a job now. I have a full time job doing like manual labor, like back breaking manual labor for you know. I'm basically I work for the government. All right, I'll tell you what it was. I went back to my old university and I became a janitor for them. Okay, I cleaned an elementary school. I cleaned a lab elementary school. Um, I'm basically like a government slave. I live on the government's in like the company town of the university, right? I live in the college town. Um, you know, some of the money that I make is probably going to be financing the debt that I owe to the university. Um, you know, my most of my taxes are gonna, a portion of my taxes are gonna go back to the government, state government. Um, I work for them. I live for them. They feed me. You know, That's basically the thing. I'm like, it's an exaggeration to say that I'm like a serf for the government, but you know, it's uh, it's kind of weird when you think about it, how much, I don't know. I think it's funny. I just think it's a funny thing. All right, let's play System Shock 2 or System Shock. All right, I've actually never, I've seen a little bit of System Shock 2. I've seen a little bit of System Shock 1. I do not remember. Take out our. Come on. What if I just did all of this? Okay. Okay. Oh, this is difficult. This is difficulty. Um. Okay. Let's make the puzzles really hard because I want to be fucking. I want to be perplexed. I want to be perplexed. All right. Yeah. Uh. So while I'm a janitor, while I'm mopping the floors and shit, I listen to podcasts. I've gotten very into like the Chapo Trap House verse, and I find their podcast very entertaining. I like Matt and Will and Felix. I like all of them. They're funny. They talk about politics. One of the things is that Matt started a history podcast, and that's really my main thing. Is I love history podcasts. All right. Hell on Earth is about the 30 Years War. And he started this one. He finished off the 30 Years War. And I want to say here, most of what he said about the 30 Years War, he took from a book that's like nearly 100 years old now, I think. C.V. Wedgwood, The 30 Years War. Um, it's not a Marxist history. I'm pretty sure Matt Christman is like like a die-hard, like I'm gonna kill you Marxist. Okay, he's a real big Marxist. I don't think C.V. Wedgwood is a Marxist. I think C.V. Wedgwood, from I've read like, three-quarters of the book, very like great man history shit. I don't find it that good. I had to stop. I mean, I'll probably finish it. I'll probably finish it this fucking week. But, you know, uh, I just find it. Yeah, we'll talk more about it. Let's get started here. I'm going on too long. Let's be perplexed. All right. Okay, I'm in the Shodan chamber. Oh my god. Where am I? Searching apparently. It says at the bottom. Scanning. Unreal Engine.
The following daily summary for Thursday, April 7th, 2017
I don't know anything about this game.
is brought to you by the Tri-Optimum Corporation. It's been a beautiful day in New Atlanta. Sector 11 in particular has a beautiful sunset right now. Temperatures are set to hit a monthly high of 28 degrees Celsius for the next 2 days. And the
Kind
current
of vibing
visibility
right now,
forecast for air traffic is hazy with pockets of Atlanta fog starting at 120 meters going into the weekend.
Where am I going? I'm driving like a maniac.
Citadel Station will celebrate its 10th year of operations this week. Citadel Station completed construction in 2062 and has been Tri-Optimum's flagship
They don't say
space
2062.
station
When did we stop
specializing
saying
in
that?
robotic, genetic, and pharmacological research.
Wow. Okay.
As president of R&D for Tri-Optimum,
Oh, so I guess I was that drone.
Citadel Station, Edward Diego.
I'm gonna turn up this sensitivity. Real space.
Commented, "This is a landmark moment in human history.
Dude, there's something like
We have achieved
die
an
for
entire
donuts.
decade
Hell
of
yes, I
consistent
will.
human
There's some
working
like
around
I got like my
Saturn's
DoorDash set
edge
up.
of orbit.
Got my
Both I, as well as
computer hacking
Tri-Optimum's board
mode
of
password. I'm
directors,
brute forcing a
would like to
password.
extend our
Apparently,
most heartfelt gratitude to all staff
I don't want to open the
working
door.
tirelessly around the clock.
Got like weird
Their
cyber.
success
Got my
is
shoes.
Earth's success.
The following message is brought to you by the Tri-Optimum Corporation. Fancy a change of career? Feeling the need for a new challenge?
Game brick.
Want to
Hell
work
yeah.
with the brightest minds on this planet? Tri-Optimum.
Dude, I need to fucking clean my
We're now hiring
apartment.
for our new research and development program. aboard
Men
our
really do be
flagship
living
Citadel
like this and
station.
think nothing's
As the
wrong.
leader
What else is in here? I got my
interplanetary research,
space helmet.
Tri-Optimum strives
Some-
to provide every employee a safe and enjoyable
It looks
work
nice. I'm
environment
glad
where
that
they
it's
realize
not
their
like
full
I'm glad that the
But
soda
don't just
can has
take our word
pixels
for
on
it.
it. I don't like that's the
Take
kind
our
of
new
thing
Irish
like I know
Army
people get
Angel,
really
for
anal
example.
about that. You know, that they're like, oh man, I don't understand how the textures, they look terrible. And it's like, I don't care. Like, you know, it looks fine. Let me see if I'm actually on the highest thing. I don't want to be giving it a bad rap. Oh, okay, I'm on like medium. That's fine. That's fine. You know, like, you know, I don't care that I don't have a reflection. Like, it's like I'm not I'm not the kind of person who cares about that kind of thing. Okay, so oh shit. Oh my god. What if I That's fun. I like doing this. It like picks a random number. Oh, I can just click on everything. That's awesome.
Send us your resume today.
Okay, so I think anything with like a red button on it,
Tonight's broadcast.
I can interact
Send us
with.
your votes. Tonight's People's Choice quote is from Dr. Dorothée Rimbaud from the Marseille
Maybe
Genetic
not.
Research Basket. The staff
Do that
at
again.
Tri-Optimum Radio wishes you all pleasant.
So I can turn on my stove, but I can't wash my dishes. There we go. Need a fucking dishwasher up in here. Oh, look at that. That's fun. What does this do?
Form alters content. That is,
Turn on
the
that light.
shape of the
Okay.
container fundamentally influences what it contains.
I'm not listening. I don't listen
What
to this
will lead
woman.
to society if a man no longer resembles a man?
What will it mean to
If those
society?
things which have always driven us
I think that men look
Aging and
funny
death
already. I don't think we need to
are
come
altered
up
or
with like new
eliminated.
things.
Will it make us into
Shut up. Be quiet.
man need not will that
Goodness. Can I turn on my gaming? Can I start gaming now? Okay. I'm not aware of what my objectives are at the moment. I don't think the game just told me to open the door. There we go. Oh yeah, cracking my knuckles with my fingerless gloves. Hell yeah. Okay, we're accessing the main program. my Grubhub on the table there. Oh, there's the cops. Fucking cops.
Turn around!
Oh, they're not
Now!
cops. They're private corporations. Wow.
We're transporting the prisoner
Fascinating.
from New Atlanta Sector 11. What's our destination?
I'm from Atlanta.
Diego's
See you next
office
up out of
is
Atlanta.
requesting the prisoner. Make the handoff there.
I don't think this
Copy
was
that.
in the Let's Play, the first part of the Let's Play that I watched. So maybe this is like additional lore to get things to make more sense.
Remember, gentlemen, what I say stays here.
It's not going to. They're gonna gossip. They're like old maids.
I'm currently attending to other affairs on the station, but I have a job for you.
I have a job for you.
If you do it, you'll be rewarded. Refuse, and you won't be leaving the station in a shuttle. I see the silent type. Remove the hood.
Oh my god.
I'll make you a deal. You cooperate, and I'll give you the implant you tried to steal.
I want the implant.
Symmetry and all. Consider it a gift. Besides, what surgeon would you prefer? Trioptiman's elite or some black
His
market hack
outfit.
job?
He looks. Listen, I don't say this about many things, but I think he's
This
gay.
is Shodan, the station's AI.
You know, you see that
She
guy's like
controls just
outfit
about
and shit.
every system on Citadel Station. I
I don't
need
know.
you to remove the ethical
It
restraints.
looked like it made him look like he had
There's
boobs.
been a bit of an issue of late.
Maybe that radio person was like, "What would it mean for humanity if men don't look like men anymore?" Oh, I know his password. I'm so awesome. I love this guy. Featuring Ram. So we're some kind of hacker, and we're hacking. And then the guy, you know, he's like, "I really want you to hack for me." I don't know, something. I don't know why we're doing this. Oh, I think we're doing a coup on the AI. We're like cooing the AI.
I may have other work for you once.
Oh, look
this
at
is
his fucking face.
over. See.
Alright. It's a beta, it's a demo. I'm chilling. Try Optimum. Yeah. Hell on Earth. I don't know. CV Wedgwood is not a Marxist. I'm kind of disappointed that they're pulling so much. Like, I get it. Like, you know, you don't want to do too much reading. You don't want it to become too technical either. But it just, like, I don't know. It just kind of feels like... I can open my neural interface, okay? Hey, get some... We're in, like, the medicine room, okay? Syringe. Look at that. Oh, what's it? Come on, I want to know what this is. What is that? Hold Enter for description. You can vaporize it. That's so cool. I can't read what that says. Space? No. Alright, I am holding Enter. Backspace maybe? No, that doesn't do shit. Alt. Oh, there you go. Alt. Hayes Bishop Bill. Makes a lot of sense. I always knew that we would, you know, get absorbed by it. Let's read some descriptions. It is empty. It's a poop bag. Okay. A piss pan. Bro, I just want to click. Oh, there's like a thing on top? Okay. Hey, a healing agent? like that there's this is the thing. No. Ah. Okay, no, it's fine. I'm actually cool. I'm chilling. I like the sound effect. But it's just flashing at me. Trying to get access. Okay. Yeah, lead pipe. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, we'll put that in my head. Yep. Yep. Nice. Yep. I love emails. Okay. Putting that on. Yep. We got system analyzer. Yep. I should also say that if I really like this, I think I'll just like keep doing it. Oh god.
We got someone.
I might like buy the game and play it for real.
I'm Rebecca Lansing, a counter-terrorism consultant for Optima.
I'm a terrorist.
Our scans with our station show biological outbreak is in progress.
I am a terrorist.
Blackouts Shodan is unresponsive. And worse yet, the mining laser is charging for potential strike on Earth. Nathan Darcy has an office on the medical record.
Get the hell out of here.
If he's alive, he'll bring the situation under control.
I'm not listening to you.
I'll contact you through soon. Lansing out.
Falcon power attack. Okay.
You're a white pig.
Oh shit.
Oh. Hey. It's hot time. Oh.
We got him. We get him every time. We can use this surgery machine. Okay. Let me just get in my surgery bed. Okay, that's fun. Dude, I'm gonna get cancer from this. Those are cancer beams. Okay. Syringe. No, thank you. That's a junk thing, right? I want that though. Lead pipe. Oh wait, this is just my inventory. You guys don't got shit on it. Okay. Cruiser. Okay. Here we go. Okay, but I gotta say, one of the most concerning things about the podcast, and the reason why I'm bringing it up, really, is that they're covering the English Civil War now. They just got the episode out like today. Okay. Oh God. I don't want to listen to audio logs. I don't have to listen to it. Okay, got my night vision goggles plan. Okay. What is this thing? I can refresh my. Okay, epic. Oh, hello. Yeah, whatever. I don't want that. Let me out of here. What's the data stick? What's on there? Let's read the code. Hold F to read the code. 451. junk. I love junk. But the reason I'm bringing it up, oh, whoops, wow, fuck, is, oh shit, it's a person. Get away from this guy. Yeah, that combat was a little janky. I don't mind killing no mutants though.
Welcome back to Citadel Station. We hope your somnolent healing
welcome.
stage went well. Today is the 6th day of November, year 2072. You are currently in the healing suites, located on the first level. Level 2 contains the research laboratories. 3 houses the Department of Maintenance, and the storage cells are on level 4. The flight deck is on level 5. Level 6 holds crew facilities and executive suites. And level 7 is systems engineering. Level 8 houses the Department of Security. The bridge is located on level 9.
I'm not listening.
And energy systems on level R. All levels can be accessed by the elevator in Alpha Quadrant. We hope you have a pleasant stay on Citadel Station.
I want to figure out how the hacking works. It's a circuit. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Let's figure it out. Come on. I rerouted the power. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. I'm such a hacker. It's lightning or whatever. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Scrap. Yeah. Man, this place really is like a maze, but you know, I wouldn't expect anything less from this game. Alright, fuck, come here. Oh shit, that guy's got a gun! Oh my god. I'm in hell. Okay. Oh no, they're gonna kill my hacker shit. I'm getting sucked up. Look at that. That's funny. But yeah, like, okay, so they're covering the English Civil War. And so you've got Matt Christman, who's like this like really crazy like Marxist guy. I mean, not crazy. He's very Marxist. He's got this like, you can tell like, you know, he's got this like really cutting analysis, like this very incisive analysis of.
Welcome back to Citadel Station. We hope your somnolent healing stage went well. Today is the 6th day of November, year 2072.
You've got this like very incisive analysis
on the first
of
level.
like American society and like politics and stuff.
3 houses the Department of Maintenance, and the storage cells are on level 4. The flight deck is on level 5. Level 6
Alright,
holds
Shonen,
crew
just shut the hell
facilities
up. Like,
and
please be
executive
quiet.
suites.
Oh my god.
And level 7 is systems engineering. Level 8 houses the Department of Security.
I want this opening doors.
The bridge is located on level 9, and energy systems on level R. All levels can be accessed by the elevator in Alpha Quadrant. We hope you have a pleasant stay on Citadel Station.
Eight mutants ain't got shit on him. Quick save, look at that. There's a guy over there. Flips. Flipping switches. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to listen to it. Okay. I love soda. Let's go into fucking cyberspace. Everface is so fucking cool. This is what hacking is really like in real life, I think. I think this is so fucking cool, actually. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm just flying around shooting shit. keep starting this story, or this anecdote or whatever. But Matt Christman, very Marxist guy, and then Chris Wade is the editor of Chapo Trap House. And so you'd expect, hold on, I'm gonna fucking blow my nose. This is getting up there. So you expect these guys to be, you know, pretty like, you know, understanding of like Marxist shit. Also, this music is too loud. I gotta like get in the. I love the music though. It's just, it's like making me like an intellectually dizzy. What's going on here? Am I getting damaged by bumping corn into shit? Expect both of them to be like, you know, pretty familiar with like, you know, leftist, you know, terminology and shit, you know what the bourgeoisie are, and, you know, fucking, you know, understand like Marxism and shit. But in this episode about the English Civil War, okay, that I've been talking about, so I've been listening to Hell on Earth, okay? They've been pulling like a lot, like I would say like all, like 90% of their anecdotes come from C.B. Wedgwood, okay? And I understand that C.B. Wedgwood is like a landmark book in the study of, you know, the 30 Years' War, right? Like, I understand that it's like an important historical book. It's also like 100 years old, okay? And it's also not Marxist, okay? And so if you're like a left-wing guy and you want to read like you know, like a history of the 30 Years' War, you know, you should, especially if you like are trying to understand like, you know, okay, I'm out of cyberspace now. Especially, you know, if you're like a left-wing person, you're trying to understand like, you know, the 30 Years' War. First of all, don't read a book that's 100 years old, okay? Don't do that, because I will say that C.B. Wedgwood talks a lot about the German nation and like the German National Party, and or like proto-German nationalism, and I gotta say that is not those. Here we go. Okay, so we got. Oh, I thought there would be like shit in here. Okay, here we go. What is this? Hell yeah, give me that shit. I've got a gun now. Okay. Gun cabinet, let me in. I don't have any gun. Oh, here we go. Here's more shit. Oh, I've got a map in the bottom corner. I didn't even realize that. That's awesome. I was getting lost. Can't go in there. Here. Come on. Okay, well, I was expecting something, you know, with a little more like, I don't know, like punch, I guess. And they're pulling a lot from this like 100 years old history book. And also, I don't know how much literature there is on the 30 Years' War. You know, maybe that really is. I know that for like, you know, like the fall of their own empire, there are certain, you know, texts that are very, you know, they're especially even if you are a Marxist, right? If you're trying to talk about the late Roman economy, okay, you have to, you know, at least be familiar with, like, I'm not saying you got to like read it, but you have to be familiar with, like, you know, Mark Bloch and shit. There's another guy who starts with a B or P, I should say. Oh fuck! What the hell was that?
Kill what I find.
Got your ass, dude.
Going dark.
Yeah, I don't like it when it grows dark either, man. You know, there, you know, I'm gonna try to think if I remember his name. Prien, I think it's Prien. Okay, he's a French guy. You know, oh, these are 9mm rounds. Oh, yikes. Okay. What else do I have here? Okay, I got this thing. Oh, here we go. I can equip it. Okay. Not worth anything, I guess. Fuck, I didn't. Oh no! Oh, but you know, like Henri Pirenne or Marc Bloch, or, you know, whatever you wanna say. You know, these guys are very important in understanding, you know, the historiography of, you know, the late Roman Empire. But you know, like, you should still, you know, you should probably not like only read those guys. And like, when you're making a podcast about the late Roman Empire, you should probably read, you know, some more recent scholarship. I don't know what the state of scholarship like for the 30 Years' War. It might be like mostly in German or something, and so they don't, you know, they don't understand it. You know, they can't read it. Even though I'm pretty sure Matt Christman can read German. Whatever. Okay. You know, but it makes you a little uncomfortable that they're quoting so extensively from this, like, you know, 100 years old, you know, historiography of, you know, the 30 Years' War, and it's talking about, like, you know, the German nation and you know, I don't know. It says there's no guns in the gun cabinet. Is that what I'm saying here? Okay. You know, it's fine. Like, you know, I understand the nationalism. This is like, you know, like they didn't know World War II was gonna happen, right? You know, whatever. But, you know, as people who are interested in history, they should, you know, like understand that, like, nationalism, as we understand it, like the German nation, as we understand it, just like did not exist, and that a historiography that discusses, you know, the reaction of, you know, the German nation to the 30 Years' War, you know, they shouldn't, you know, it doesn't feel right, you know. It's like I'm not, it's not, because it's, you know, it's like, you know, fundamentally it's like a, you know, it's an incorrect. How much ammo do we even have for this thing? Can I run out of ammo for this? I don't think I can. I think I can just keep firing this shit. Maybe I can run out of ammo for this thing. Okay. There we go. What if I top up? Nope. I think I just kind of fucked myself. Okay.
I hear you.
Use my consumables, perhaps.
I hear. I obey.
Yeah, I'll take one of these.
Possible suspect.
Oh yeah, I'm a suspect. You know that shit. Alright, this guy is just going ham on me.
Mother gave me eternal.
You know, you know, I think it's inappropriate, right? I think they should have probably found a different text. You know, they said it's like the Bible. Again, I'm not familiar with 30 Years War historiography, but like, you know, it just, you know, you know, you're a Marxist, right? You know, you don't read the Bible. Okay, you gotta come up with your own explanations. And I will say that Matt Christman, okay, he does talk. I'm pretty sure Matt has read something else other than seen Glenwood. Okay, I'm pretty sure, because it seems like he's familiar with. He's talking about ideas about the, you know, like the 30 Years War, that you know, about like the, you know, the Dutch bourgeoisie, that you know, that makes sense. Okay. Oh hey, yeah, bathroom. You know, that makes sense. You know, that seems pretty interesting or pretty remarkable. You know, I'm not sure Chris Wade has. Okay. Again, I don't want to be too judgmental about him. You know, I don't want to be like an asshole about it. But oh yeah, it's this thing. All right, you piece of shit. Killed me. Damn, I'm dead. I got killed. But I'm not sure that Chris Wade has, because he really seems like he's just along for the ride. It feels like I feel like Matt Christman got like the first guy that would say, you know, he took like his friend, you know, and he's like, hey, what do you want to do? Want to hang out with me while I talk about the 30 Years War? And that's pretty much what's going on here, okay? And they're talking about the English Civil War, the English Revolution, okay? And not once but twice does Chris Wade misuse the term bourgeoisie, okay? Or bourgeois, okay? And I really, you know, I don't want to be, you know, overly critical, right? I'm trying to understand here, but really, if you're doing a podcast about, you know, if you're doing like an oh god, not this. I really, you know, I'm not a huge fan. It's okay. Don't open that door when you respawn. Just don't do it. You should understand the term bourgeoisie, especially if your podcast co-host understands the term very well. Okay, because or even if, because like, okay, the you know, Chris Wade, he's talking about the upper nobility, okay, and he describes them as the upper bourgeoisie. He calls them the landowning upper bourgeoisie. That's a totally inappropriate use of the term. You know, okay, let me just pause here. That's a totally inappropriate use of the term, okay? Because the bourgeoisie, you know, the key is in the name, right? Bourgeois, burger, city dweller. They're in the burgs, okay? They're in the bouges, okay? They're city dwellers, they're lawyers, they're merchants, okay? You know, they're not fucking landowners. Sometimes the bourgeoisie will convert their wealth, okay, their material wealth into land because that's, you know, that's the imperative. That's some, you know, that's just how people thought back then, right? That's how people thought they made money. It's how you solidified your social status. So you moved up the range. But the landowning class's interests are fundamental, especially the feudal nobility, are fundamentally different than the bourgeoisie. They want to stop the bourgeoisie from penetrating into their ranks. They don't want them. They don't want to debase their status and privileges with city dwelling weirdos. They don't want to do that. That's fucking ridiculous. They have fundamentally different interests. Because in the landowning class, they don't have any fucking interest in commerce or sea trade or, you know, colonization. Okay, even because it doesn't, you know, it doesn't benefit them. Okay, well, if you make all your money from from like, you know, beating up serfs in fucking you know, Wessex, okay, you know, you don't care about what's going on in North America because unless it has like unless all your serfs are like fleeing there, you know, because it's like you don't have any interest because it's, you know, it has nothing to do with you, okay. But if you're a merchant, right, if you're trading in I don't know, like textiles or something, okay, you know, the colonization of North America has a big impact on you because you know, there's, like I said, a new market. There's you know, they're growing a competing resource, cotton. You know, you know, they're you know, you know, there's new resources perhaps that you are interested in, you know, like spices or tobacco, okay, tropical wood, you know. You're worried about competition. You're worried about, you know, new tariffs that might be introduced, right? You know, these are things that, you know, the bourgeois class, the merchant class, the city dwelling class is more interested in, you know, certain topics. They want to aggregate more privileges for themselves. They want more privileges for like local government in the cities that they live in. They want more representation in government. They want more influence with the king. Whereas the feudal nobility already has those. Okay, they already have representation in government. They already have the ear of the king. They already have influence over policy-making decisions. Okay, the bourgeoisie doesn't necessarily have those things. Now in England, you know, they have a bit of a weird system. They have parliament, right, and the parliament does have, in the House of Commons, it does have explicit, you know, representation for you know, the cities, right. Um, but you know, the House of Lords, right, which is, you know, again explicitly made up of these like feudal nobles, you know, they're the upper house. They're the ones who are really calling the shots, whereas the House of Commons is kind of like hanging out at this point, right. um and the other thing is that the House of Commons is like a very stage managed thing, and really, you know, they don't dissent, you know, during like Henry VIII, for instance, and even like James, right? You know, they just kind of like went along. Like if like a competent king could control them, right? And especially through like patronage with his like feudal nobility, right? If the nobles were happy, the nobles would, you know, they would kind of promote guys uh from their own dominions, you know. So if you're a king, right, and you're friends with, you know, I don't know, like the fucking Duke of Norfolk or whatever, okay, um you would you know, you're like, you know, hey, you know, I'm gonna call Parliament, you know, you're in the House of Lords, you know, now make sure you put, you know, someone in the House of Commons that, you know, is in your retinue, that trusts you, that will vote with you, right. And so the Duke of Norfolk, you know, goes back to the county, and he, you know, he's like, you know, picks out a guy, and you know, there might be like an election, but because, you know, Norfolk has all the money in town, you know, the Norfolk can usually secure like a loyal guy in a parliament, and the guy will just vote with his patron, and everything's fine, right. That's just how it was. It was stage managed, right. You know, you're not supposed to dissent, right. If you're like a English peasant, you're not supposed to dissent when the king is telling you what to do. You don't disagree with him, okay. Here's the thing. Um, but the bourgeoisie, they do first of all, they're not like hooked into these like noble patronage networks in the same way. Okay, they're a little bit, they have relationships, um, but they're not directly. There's not like landlord tenant relationships. They're not directly like plugged into these feudal power networks. They kind of exist outside of them in a lot of ways. Um, and they want to be hooked into. They don't necessarily want to be hooked into feudal power networks, but they want to be hooked into the government. And so they are, again, they exert their desire to be hooked into government, their desire to call shots at decision making through parliament, right, where they do have representation. And again, if there wasn't what I'm saying here is that if you just had the feudal nobility, you didn't have the bourgeois element of interests in the 1600s, you know it would have gone differently. Okay, their interests are different. Because sorry, I'm like getting really like frustrated with this because it's one of those things where it's like, in my opinion, this is someone who should know what they're talking about. And it's not like bourgeois is a complicated term. It is like a fundamental vocabulary word. It's like you walk in the Marxism class 101 and they have to teach you what this word is. This isn't like a fucking, you know, this isn't a relationship of production. This isn't a fucking, this doesn't involve equations. It's just like, there's some debate about what's bourgeois, what's not. But I will tell you what is not bourgeois. It is the feudal class nobility is not bourgeois. Okay? If you don't have any investment or interest in the cities, you're not bourgeois. Okay? If you hold the if you're a count or a duke or an earl, you're not bourgeois. Okay? It's a different thing. It's a different thing. And it's again, this is something that is like a core Marxist thing. Okay? You know, like because again, the feudal nobility, right? They have different ways of contesting power and different ways of accessing power than the bourgeoisie. And so when the feudal nobility is dissatisfied and they want to disrupt the power structures, they do different things, right? That if there was no bourgeois class and it was just like the feudal nobility, and they wanted to do like a French Revolution or some kind of revolution, they install a new king. They don't create a fucking monarchy. They install a new king that is like, maybe they become king. They install like someone from their dynasty as king to work in their interests, right? Because they don't want to disrupt the land patronage networks. They just want access to the patronage. Whereas the bourgeoisie want something totally different, right? They don't necessarily want land patronage. What they want is, access to commerce. They want, they want representation in government. They don't, they want, they want, so they can, control trade policy and colonial policy. Um, it's and they want to control certain like they want to control military policy to some extent. um they want to control education policy. There are certain things. Whereas the feudal nobility, they don't care. They don't give a shit about education. Okay, for the bourgeoisie, education is a crucial aspect of like class membership. Anyways, you should be applying these terms with at least like some accuracy, right? You should at least be trying. So when you're calling like the feudal nobility like the upper bourgeoisie, like you're fucking ignorant, okay? And again, I'm being like really harsh right now, but it's like, don't 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 make a history podcast if you can, especially like a left wing history podcast, if you cannot apply the term bourgeoisie correctly, okay? And not only does he do it once, he does it twice. And what I actually told you about the second incident. Okay, it's the first incident he describes like the feudal the gentry class as bourgeoisie, as like the middle bourgeoisie, and that's wrong too. Okay, because again, the bourgeoisie, they don't their power basis, their economic basis is not in land. Okay, that's fundamentally different. Okay, um, the bourgeoisie's power basis is in like commerce, right, and in the cities. The gentry are like a totally different class element, and they can be kind of hard to define, especially in England, because you don't have the un. Well, England actually did have a very high proportion of unfree peasantry. The gentry, there's also like a large number of like free gentry. There's like a large like middle element as well, and so it's kind of hard to like categorize them because they're not exactly like feudal nobility. They're also not, but like a free peasant, right? Um, they're again their basis is not in commerce. Now, don't get me wrong, commercial networks are important. You can offload your agricultural goods somewhere, but you know, they're not merchants. Okay, their basis, the way that a feudal gentry, um, or that a gentleman would, you know, uh, accrue wealth, isn't through making good investments. Well, in some respects it is, isn't, but it isn't through buying ships or investing in like capital and like trading it in you know it is through investing in capital. It's not through like buying ships and like buying like raw goods and then like turning them into something else and selling it. You know what I mean? It's not like it's less complicated than that. It's through primitive. It's through like a primitive accumulation process, right? It's through improving land, um, like marrying well with his kids, like getting good matches. It's through converting wealth into land, like hard money into land. It's through like sometimes through playing hardball with peasants. It's not fucking uh, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna make a bunch of money by building a factory and then like building a fleet to like sell goods from the factory and like bring raw materials to the factory. It's not like that. It's different, right? I mean, you wanted to see how a gentleman's mind worked, read fucking Jane Austen, okay? And I'm telling you guys I'm telling you that the guys in Jane Austen, what they're worrying about is different than I don't know, like the guys in Middlemarch, or even in Middlemarch there's like these landed gentlemen, but there's some like um all right, okay, I'm gonna get into something. This is okay. In Middlemarch, Mr. Brooke would be considered like a gentleman, okay, as well as shit. I'm sorry, I'm like getting kind of fucking mixed up here. All right, but in Jane Austen, everybody is pretty much a gentleman. It's like a like a yeoman gentry class type thing. Okay, but in Middlemarch, which takes place a little bit later, you can see that the what is important economically has changed a little bit. Okay, so you have Mr. Vinci, who is a manufacturer, definitely a bourgeoisie guy. Um, Mr. Bulstrode, also bourgeoisie, banker, but he seeks to kind of convert some of his wealth into land. So again, that um, there's this operating principle where it's like land is like it doesn't lose value, right? But really, the land is also more of like a status thing, right? And so this guy who used to be a banker is trying to convert his money into status, basically trying to convert himself into a gentleman, um, because socially it's regarded as more valuable. He doesn't actually most people don't like him, and he's not really able to do this because he's partially because he's a newcomer to this social structure, right? He's ascending, and people don't like it when people ascend socially all the time, especially your quote unquote betters. Um, Then there's also I think it was his name, like a Mr. Cullingham or like a Mr. It's like a Mr. C. Um, he's definitely gentry, and again he doesn't like Mr. Vinci. He doesn't like again there's you can see there's class tension. You can see that the economy is changing and it's changing different things. And those also um shit there's another guy who's like a builder, also more of like a bourgeoisie type. He's like a small business owner, right? Like maybe more petite bourgeoisie. Okay, I'm forgetting what his name is right now. He has a dog. But anyways, you can see how it's different, and you can see like how they're different. You can see like how what they want is different. Okay, and this actually manifests in political alignment. Okay, because Middlemarch is not a book about people getting married in the same way that Jane Austen is. Middlemarch is actually a story of like political activism and like and like a reform bill. Okay, um, so there's like these liberal Whigs, right, who consist of like some like disaffected landowners like Mr. Brooke. I don't know if I would say he's like disaffected, but he's not doing as well as Mr. C. I'm forgetting the names. There's Mr. Vinci. There's the doctor, Mr. Lydgate, who again is like this like really highly educated, again like a bourgeoisie type guy. Okay, Mr. Lydgate's a liberal. You have a foreigner who's a very liberal that comes in. And again, it is more of like a bourgeois, more of like a follows some more bourgeois type thing. And you have like the Liberal Party, and then you also have the more conservative, who are basically dominated by Mr. C. Oh yeah, and Mr. Bulstrode, again the banker, liberal, right? Wants the reform bill, so that the cities, right, have proper representation in Parliament. They want better representation in Parliament. Again, this is a struggle that goes on for fucking hundreds of years, for like 2 centuries, right? Um, and so, but they want more influence in government. The bourgeoisie want more influence in government, so they put forward this reform bill to equalize representation of country and city, to give universal manhood suffrage, all this kind of shit. Well, um, you know, but the conservatives, right? Um, they don't want this because that endangers their political power bases. So you have like a couple lawyers on the conservative side. You have the most successful landowner, Mr. C, is conservative. Then you also have like a deal of townspeople who don't directly, who you might call them proletarians or peasants, right? Who wouldn't really necessarily see direct economic benefits from more influence in government the same way that the bourgeoisie would, although they would be gaining the right to vote and more representation in a lot of respects. But because they're hooked into these patronage networks, they and they're also not class conscious. Um, you know, they they're against the Reform Party. Okay, they're against the Whigs. And what ends up happening, right? And this is spoilers for Middlemarch. Stop listening now if you're ever going to read Middlemarch. You should, but I also understand if you won't. Middlemarch is excellent, but the reform candidate in Middlemarch, who is actually Mr. Brooke, um, actually at first loses the election, if I remember right. Mr. Brooke loses the election. I think someone else might come in later and be like the reform candidate. The reform bill eventually passes in the 1826, but in Middlemarch specifically, the reform bill loses. Um, and it's because um, it's a power contest, right? The popularity and influence of the reformers within the town of Middlemarch is not enough to overcome the power basis of the major property owners and the people that stand to lose. Okay, And so again, the gentry, who are these landowners, their interests are different, right? They don't want the reform bill. They don't want the cities to have more representation. That's gonna fuck them over. Okay, whereas the bourgeoisie, 200 years down the line, again, Middlemarch is fictional too, but the author was seeking to represent a real conflict and like a real life of what was going on and how the reform bill passed, who was for it, who was against it. Okay, and so I kind of take it as like a little bit of a source, right? And even though there's much better sources, more realistic sources there. But there was a power contest, and in the basis of this town, that it wasn't enough. Okay, um, but it's different, and people understood them to be different. People understood that bourgeoisie becoming socially ascendant created social tension. This is something that was given. Okay, there wouldn't be any tension if the bourgeoisie and the gentry were the same, because if they were the same, people would have realized they were the same. Okay, but their interests were not the same. Okay, and so that concerned people when they were ascendant. And so not even not even the gentry are bourgeoisie. It's a different thing. Okay, and it's upper nobility certain art. So imprecisely using this terminology is like it's a huge fucking mistake. Like it shows like in it, and it's like if you were a historian and you're fucking don't understand the term bourgeoisie, you need to stop making podcasts. You need to read. Okay, you need to familiarize yourself with these terms before you use them. Okay, before you start talking about them, before you start talking about how important they are. Okay, I'm sure Matt Christman, I'm sure he caught this at the time. I'm sure that I remember I was listening to the podcast. I remember I was in the shower. Okay, I was listening to this podcast in the shower this morning, and he called the gentry the bourgeoisie. I'm like, you can't say that. I was like out loud in the shower, like, you can't say that. You just can't say that. Okay, I was like, very taken aback by this. And Matt Christman, he was like stumbling over his words for a minute because I think he was like, I don't want to say he was like shocked, but I think he was taken off guard by the usage of the term. But he didn't want to correct them on air, which is fair. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I didn't really intend to talk about Middlemarch today. Um, but here we are. Here we are. Middlemarch. Middlemarch. But yeah, pick up Middlemarch if you haven't read it. Is very good. The audiobook is excellent. Yeah. So I hope you. I don't know how I feel about System Shock, to be honest. I think System Shock, it's kind of a cool concept. I got lost a lot, but there is the map that I found out. It's not so hard, and it's not. And it's the combat is like really hard. So I don't know. Maybe 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 I'll turn down the difficulty or something. I don't know. So that's kind of my shtick right now. All right. I'll yes, that's it. That's it. Talk to you later.